I was 10 years old when my grandma moved in with us, just 6 months after Granddad passed away. That huge old house felt empty and sad, filled only with memories of laughter and grief. Mom protested a little, worried about the disruption, but my parents insisted. Grandma needed company, and honestly, so did we. I didn't mind at all. Grandma was fun, loud, and endlessly generous with sweets. She always had a pocket full of boiled candies and would slip me a couple whenever she caught me sneaking around. But more than anything, I loved her stories. She had stories about growing up during Wapewed, adventures she had on the southern coast after being evacuated, mischievous pranks, funny incidents, sad tales. But her scary stories, those were the ones that stuck with me. She had this way of leaning in, lowering her voice, and pulling you into another world entirely. One night, she told me about something that would haunt me for years. Mr. Long Fingers. She explained that showers were dangerous for kids like me. Dangerous if I closed my eyes for too long. 5 seconds is fine, 10 is risky, 15. She paused, letting the silence stretch like a rope. And that's when you might hear him. The tap, tap, tap on the glass. My 10-year-old mind went blank. Who was this creature? Was it real? Her voice left no room for joking. That night, I couldn't sleep. Shadows in my room twisted and shifted. Every small sound seemed amplified, every creak a warning. And I kept thinking about her words. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15. I had no idea what she meant, but I already feared it. The next night, she leaned in closer, her blue eyes boring into mine. Ethan, if you close your eyes too long. He's there, she whispered. I shivered. He waits in the steam. He watches. Her words were deliberate, chilling, and impossible to forget. She explained the rules. 5 seconds was safe. 10 seconds was dangerous. 15 seconds meant you could hear his fingers tapping on the shower glass. And if you did, you must never open your eyes. My heart hammered. I tried to laugh it off, but I couldn't. Every shadow in my room seemed alive. Every sound felt like movement. I barely slept that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I imagined long, skeletal fingers creeping closer, pressing against the back of my eyes. My body tensed, my small hands clutching the blanket. By morning, I realized something had changed. Something inside me had shifted. The fear wasn't just a story anymore. It was real. Mom noticed my fear and came to check on me. I told her everything. Grandma, the rules, Mr. Longfingers. Her face went pale. She was furious, but not at me. She was angry at Grandma for scaring me so badly. I didn't fully understand it, but her anger gave me no comfort. The rules were mine now, and there was no escaping them. As the years passed, the fear didn't fade. Even as a teenager, showers became torture. I would stand under the water, shampoo running down my face, counting seconds like my life depended on it. 5, 6, 7. I could feel a pressure in the room, a presence. Watching. Waiting. And every time I had to open my eyes to survive, it became an obsession. Every shower, every steam cloud, reminded me of Grandma's warning. If I heard that soft tap, tap, tap on the glass, I couldn't dare open my eyes. I learned to rush through, my hands scrubbing hair frantically, water splashing everywhere, yet always peeking just enough to make sure I was alone. Sometimes it felt like more than imagination. Shadows moved in ways that didn't make sense. I'd see shapes flicker behind the fogged glass. My heart would race, and I'd pray for it to end. By now, even the sound of running water triggered panic. The rules were not just a game. They were survival. And then, 1 week later, something happened that would forever confirm the horror of those rules. I woke to the sound of running water early one morning. It was too loud to be normal. My heart jumped. I ran down the hallway, shouting, "Grandma!" The bathroom door wasn't locked. Steam poured out like a fog, hot and suffocating. I squinted and froze. Grandma was in the shower, naked, lying on the floor, her blue eyes wide open, one hand pressed to her chest, the other trailing along the glass. The fingerprints carved through the steam. They were still fresh. And they weren't just on the inside. They were on the outside too. I couldn't breathe. Panic surged. My parents arrived, shouting, chaos everywhere. But I couldn't stop staring. Heart attack, they said. Sudden, quick, painless. But I knew. Even at 10, I knew this wasn't the end. The rules. Mr. Longfingers? They had become reality. From that day on, I never took showers again. Only baths. And even decades later, I check the glass every time, just to be sure. Even now, I never take showers. Baths only. My family thinks it's a quirk, a leftover fear from childhood. They don't know the truth. After the paramedics took Grandma away, I crept back into the hot shower. The glass fogged instantly, and for a brief moment I saw it. The faint outline of a hand, pressed not just from the inside, but outside too. I froze, my 10-year-old self screaming silently. That's when I realized. The fear isn't just a memory. It's a warning. 5 seconds is safe. 10 seconds is risky. 15. And you might hear him. Tap, tap, tap. Across the glass. If you ever hear it, never open your eyes. And that's why I haven't showered in over 20 years. I live by the rules. And I tell you this so you can survive. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button, subscribe for more real horror stories, and comment below. Would you ever dare close your eyes in the shower?